Hello and welcome to the Wealthy Bookshelf. Today we're going on a journey through the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, a guide to building good habits and breaking bad ones. This isn't just any ordinary book, it's a practical manual packed with strategies that empower you to master the minute shifts in behavior that spark remarkable results. The author, James Clear, is no stranger to the world of habit formation and productivity. He's an expert in the field, and his insights are based on scientific research, making the strategies he offers both reliable and actionable. Atomic Habits is about more than just habit formation, it's about transforming your life one small step at a time. It's about understanding how habits work, how to make them work for you, and how to break free from the ones that don't. This book is a roadmap to the tiny changes that yield profound results. So let's delve into the world of atomic habits. The first key concept of the book is the power of small changes. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, drives home this point with a compelling argument. He suggests that the profound transformation we seek in our lives doesn't necessarily come from massive actions, but from the accumulation of tiny, almost imperceptible adjustments we make daily. Imagine a plane taking off. If it adjusts its direction by just 1 degree, it may not seem like much in the beginning. But over a long journey, that 1 degree will alter the plane's course by hundreds of miles. This exemplifies the potency of tiny changes. Clear beautifully describes this as the compound interest of self-improvement. Similar to how financial investments grow over time due to compound interest, small habit changes also accumulate and multiply their effects over time. If you get 1% better each day, those improvements compound over the long run, leading to significant growth. Let's take a practical example. Suppose you want to read more. Instead of setting an ambitious target of reading a book a week, start by reading just 1 page a day. It's a small, manageable change that you can easily incorporate into your daily routine. Over time, this simple habit will compound, and you may find yourself reading more and more without even realizing it. It's important to note, however, that the power of tiny changes works both ways. Negative habits, even if they're small, can also compound and lead to detrimental effects over time. For instance, eating a single unhealthy snack every day may seem harmless initially, but over time it can lead to unwanted weight gain and potential health issues. Clear's message is simple yet profound. He encourages us to focus on the process rather than the outcome. He teaches us that it's not about making a few massive changes, but about making 1,000 tiny ones. It's about consistently improving, however small the improvement may be, every single day. Remember, success is the product of daily habits, not once-in-a-lifetime transformations. The next crucial concept is understanding the habit loop. This is a 4-step process that our brains go through repeatedly each day, shaping our behaviors and consequently our lives. Let's break it down. First, there's the cue. This is a trigger to your brain to initiate a behavior. It's a bit of information that predicts a reward. Your brain is constantly scanning your environment, looking for cues that signal notable outcomes. For instance, the smell of coffee brewing can be a cue that prompts the routine of drinking coffee. Next, we have the craving. This is the motivational force behind every habit. Without some level of motivation or desire, without craving a change, we have no reason to act. The cue in itself is meaningless until it leads to a craving. So the smell of coffee is meaningless until it triggers a craving for a warm cup of coffee. The third step is the response. This is the actual habit you perform, which can be a thought or an action. Whether a response occurs depends on how motivated you are and how much friction is associated with the behavior. If a particular action requires more physical or mental effort than you are willing to expend, you won't do it. Your response to the craving for coffee might be to walk to the kitchen and pour yourself a cup. Finally, we have the reward. Rewards are the end goal of every habit. The cue is about noticing the reward. The craving is about wanting the reward. The response is about obtaining the reward. We chase rewards because they serve 2 purposes. They satisfy us and they teach us. The satisfaction of drinking coffee reinforces the cue and makes it more likely that you will repeat the habit in the future. By understanding this loop, we can manipulate our habits to our advantage. We can make cues obvious, cravings attractive, responses easy, and rewards satisfying. We can create good habits that serve us and break bad habits that hold us back. This is the power of understanding the habit loop. Now, let's discuss the 4 laws of behavior change. Picture a compass guiding you towards your ideal self. This compass isn't made of needles and magnets, but of 4 simple yet powerful laws. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. These laws, when applied correctly, can help you create good habits and break the bad ones. First, let's talk about making it obvious. This law hinges on the fact that we are more likely to perform actions that are in our direct line of sight. For example, if you want to read more, place a book on your pillow every morning. That way, when you go to bed at night, the choice to read is obvious. Next, we have the law to make it attractive. The more appealing the prospect of doing something is, the more likely we are to do it. So tie your desired behavior to something you enjoy. If you want to exercise more, for instance, pair it with listening to your favorite podcast. This way, you're not just running, you're catching up on your favorite show. The third law is to make it easy. The less effort a task requires, the more likely we are to do it. Break down your habits into manageable chunks. If you want to start meditating, don't aim for an hour on your first try. Start with just 2 minutes. It's not about the duration. It's about making the habit a part of your routine. Finally, make it satisfying. We are more likely to repeat a behavior if the experience was enjoyable. Reward yourself after completing your desired habit. If you've just finished a workout, treat yourself to a healthy and delicious snack. Remember, it's not about making a massive change overnight. It's about making small, incremental changes that add up over time. These 4 laws of behavior change are not quick fixes. They're tools for long-term transformation. Employ these 4 laws and you'll be on your way to creating effective and lasting habits. Lastly, we'll explore the role of identity in habit change. When it comes to changing our habits, most of us tend to focus on what we want to achieve. We set goals, we make plans, we dream of the end result. But there's another factor at play here, which often goes overlooked, and that's our identity. Our identity, the very essence of who we are, is inextricably linked to our habits. Each habit we adopt, each action we repeatedly take becomes a part of our identity, a reflection of who we are. The habits we cultivate are not just about what we do, they're about who we are. So how does this tie into habit change? Well, if we want to make a lasting change, we need to start with our identity. Instead of focusing on what we want to achieve, we should focus on who we want to become. This might seem like a subtle shift, but it's a powerful one. Let's say you want to become a healthier person. Instead of setting a goal to lose 10 pounds, focus on becoming the type of person who prioritizes their health. Adopt habits that reflect this identity, like regular exercise or healthy eating. When you align your habits with your desired identity, you're not just changing what you do, you're changing who you are. And this is where the magic happens. Because when your habits and your identity are aligned, change becomes easier. It becomes a part of who you are, not just something you do. Of course, this doesn't mean you should disregard your goals altogether. Goals are important, they give us direction. But remember, they are the outcome, not the process. The process is who you become along the way, and that's where your focus should be. So the next time you set out to change a habit, don't just think about what you want to achieve. Think about who you want to become, because in the end, it's not just about changing your habits, it's about changing your identity. So remember, your habits are what you choose them to be, and they ultimately define your identity. So, those were the key concepts from Atomic Habits by James Clear. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've explored. We kicked things off by understanding the profound impact of tiny changes. Remember, it's not about massive overnight transformations, but the compounding effect of small, consistent actions. Then, we dove into the habit loop, a cycle of cue, craving, response, and reward that governs our automatic behaviors. Understanding this loop is crucial to breaking bad habits and forming good ones. Next, we examine the 4 laws of behavior change. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. These laws form a simple yet effective framework for habit development. Finally, we discuss the role of identity in habit change. It's not just about what you want to achieve, but who you want to become. By understanding and applying these concepts, we can all lead more productive and satisfying lives. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Atomic Habits. Until next time, keep making those small changes for big results. That's it for our summary of Atomic Habits by James Clear. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Your support keeps us motivated to produce more content like this. We'd also love to hear your thoughts on the book or your experiences with habit change. Don't hesitate to leave your comments below. Remember, the power of habit change isn't just for you. Share this video with your friends who might find it useful. Let's spread the word about the transformative power of small, consistent changes. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Thank you for watching. And remember, small changes can lead to big results. Until next time, keep making those atomic habit changes.